What's up, guys? It's KB. Make sure you subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Click the bell icon down below so you don't miss a single video from us. And thanks for tuning in to another video from Underground Sports Philadelphia. Now let's get into it.
Philadelphia, baby, you're going to love it. Best sports fans in the world. Actually, the worst, but that's what makes them the best.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome into episode number 786 of Underground Sports Philadelphia, presented by the city of Vineland. It's your boy KB coming at you from Underground Studios and joining me via the South Jersey, as he typically does, because we're back on track, baby. And guess what? We're both FLYERED'd up. It's Harrison Cremens.
Yes, sir. The Flyers look good. They look good. Got my Lindros shirt on just because. Why the hell not? Mitchell and Ness, shout out. You got the Dhwani shirt on.
I'm repping the GOAT, my queen, my Shayla Dhwani, with the elite giveaway.
Top notch. Elite.
Top tier. We're going to get into our experience at the Flyers home opener, which was just absolutely incredible. We'll talk all about that. We'll talk some Birds as they gear up to face a former friend turned foe in Carson Wentz, potentially, up in Minnesota, the scenes of Super Bowl 52. We will also just banter a bit. We'll talk a little bit of Philadelphia Union as they have their regular season finale upcoming this weekend down in Charlotte. And we'll get you geared up for another NFL slate this weekend, which is going to be absolutely juicy. But before we get into everything, make sure you guys are following us on the socials at Underground PHI across the board. We're like 25 followers away from 4K on Twitter. We're less than 400 away from 2K on Instagram. Let's make that happen. Let's get the followers going. Follow us at Underground PHI. Subscribe to the pod. Subscribe to the pod. Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts in audio form. Leave us a 5-star review. Goes a long way for helping this show to continue to grow. Helps more people find the pod and all of our shows here on the network. So keep subscribing on Apple and Spotify. And be sure to subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. youtube.com/@undergroundsportsphiladelphia. That's where you get full video episodes of this show twice a week, every single week, full video episodes of every show of our original 6 shows on the network, clips, shorts, live streams, original video content. It's all on our YouTube channel. We are at 1,110 subscribers, which means we're 90 away from our next 100 subscriber milestone, which we said we want to reach that before Harrison and I's birthday on the 29th, which as of this recording, we are a slim 2 weeks away. 2 weeks away from both Harrison and I turning 21.
Yes.
So
21.
Subscribe. 20 fun is on the way. Keep subscribing to the YouTube channel. Be a friend, tell a friend to subscribe. And of course, guys, as you all know, this show is proudly presented by the city of Vineland. And as we've been mentioning to you guys, the Garden State Comic Fest is coming to the new Vineland Convention Center Saturday, November 15th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sunday, November 16th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Meet the likes of Melissa Joan Hart. Yes, Sabrina the Teenage Witch will be in Vineland, New Jersey in November, along with fan favorite stars like Dan Parent, the legendary Archie's comic artist and writer, Kevin Clash, the voice of Elmo, Splinter, and Baby Sinclair, Keith Williams, the iconic comic book inker from Marvel, and more, which I can also now announce because they've posted it on their Instagram, Harrison. When we go to the Garden State Comic Fest, you know who else is going to be in the building? None other than Philadelphia Eagles legend, Vince Papale.
Yes.
Vince Papale will be in the building. Bob Sharon will be in the building. You all know that iconic Spider-Man black suit comic book cover. He's going to be in the building. We are going to have so many people rocking out in Vineland, New Jersey for the Garden State Comic Fest. It is going to be absolutely incredible. Comics, cosplays, collectibles, and over 6,000 fans. Visit gscfvineland.com for all the details. Vineland, New Jersey, where it's always growing season. And big thank you to Security 21 Security Systems and Paul J. Gillespie Incorporated for their continued support of this podcast.
Hello, I'm Mayor Anthony Fanucci. Vineland, New Jersey offers both a great business location and an outstanding quality of life. But don't just take my word for it, the experts agree. We're proud to be recognized as a premier food processing and logistics hub, one of New Jersey's most affordable and desirable cities, and one of the best places to retire in the country. Visit vinelandcity.org and see how our resources can work for you. Vineland, New Jersey, where it's always growing season.
Harrison, I think, typically we would start this show off with the NFL. Typically on a Wednesday going into an NFL weekend, because you guys know you listen on Mondays and Thursdays with us, we would get you going for the birds. But guess what? We had a one-of-a-kind experience, and I got to say, I am going to come out on this show right now. That's going to be clipped out of context. I'm going to flat out say I am going to make it a goal of mine to invest and watch as much Flyers hockey as I possibly can this year. I have been known casual. Like, I pay attention. I don't typically sit down and watch all the games. I'm not saying I'm going to watch all the games this year. It's quite frankly impossible with our schedules and everything going on. But I am going to be more invested in Flyers hockey this 2025-2026 season than I think I ever have in this podcast's existence.
That's fair. They've looked really good so far. They've been in every single game. I mean, we beat the Cup champions and have a net positive in goals against them so far this season.
Belt to ass on them.
Belt to ass. And I mean, yeah, it was against the backup goalie, but we still
an NHL caliber goalie.
Still an NHL caliber goalie, and we've only allowed 2 goals in each game against the defending Stanley Cup champs each time around. That's not bad at all.
Not too shabby. So we will start with Flyers talk for the first time in a long time on this show. Probably for the first time since one Matvei Michkov, who we will also talk about, was drafted. But Harrison and I were at the home opener, and let me tell you, that was my first Flyers game since February 7th, 2019. So it'd been nearly 6 years since I had been at the now named Xfinity Mobile Arena for a Flyers game. Mm-hmm. And the place was absolutely buzzing on Monday night. And I just got to say, I've made this known too. I have been championing the Flyers rebuild efforts. As soon as Danny Briere uttered the word rebuild last year, I said they finally said it. They're finally opting into that path. I fully trust Danny Briere and Keith Jones with this team as much as I have trusted Dave Dombrowski and John Middleton, as much as I have trusted Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie. Not as much as those, because we've seen the successes that the Phillies and the Eagles have had over the past 5 years at minimum. But I'm willing to buy in with my trust to know that Danny Briere and Keith Jones are the ones that are going to right the ship here, not just for the short term, but for the long term. They're not going to throw another Band-Aid on this thing. They want to get it right, and they want it to be right for a long time. Yeah. And when you felt the energy just walking into Xfinity Mobile Arena, which I saw someone give the arena with the new name, the most incredible nickname, Harrison. You know how everyone, we used to call it the Farg, the center, all that kind of stuff. I saw someone on Twitter, and I deeply apologize for not remembering who it was. Someone called Xfinity Mobile Arena the cable box. And I absolutely love it. I love it.
That's pretty damn good. I got to give it up to that.
The cable box is incredible for an arena name. But it just felt different. And granted, I haven't been to a Flyers game in nearly 6 years, so I don't know how things were feeling, tail end of 2019, coming out of the pandy-wandy and everything that happened in the bubble and everything, how things were down there. But I will say it felt different, just in terms of optimism. And granted, there's going to be a heightened level of that because it's a home opener, but it just felt like people have this new sense of belief in the direction this team is going.
Mm-hmm.
And I said it on the last episode when we were gearing up to go to the game, and we said it when we were in the seats. Not only is Philadelphia a better sports town when the Flyers are good,
easily,
but the NHL is a better league when the Flyers are good. Because everyone around the NHL, with a few exceptions, because there's been some expansion teams that don't really know the happenings of the Broad Street Bullies, but a lot of NHL teams and NHL fans still have the Flyers Broad Street Bullies moniker seared into their brains.
Yes.
We have been pilled as the bad guy for decades.
Yes.
Sports leagues are better when there is a bad guy. Look at the NFL right now. Everyone hates the Chiefs, but everyone hates the Eagles now because of the tush push.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone hates Jalen Hurts because he's handsome as fuck and he's good at football.
Mm-hmm.
We are villains, whether we like it or not. You look at the Phillies. Granted, 2022, we were like the underdog, baby face type shit. But 2023, Bryce Harper's doing throat slashes as he rounds the bases after staring down Orlando Arcia. And, it's been Bryce and friends, and people don't like that, and people don't like the Phillies because of it. You look at just Philadelphia sports in general are billed as the villains because people hate our fans. They think we're scumbags, which some of you are, but there's
scumbags in every fan base.
Right, exactly. And I just think with the Flyers, they were always the bullies. They were always the bad guys. And when you have a bad guy that's a true bad guy, it makes your league better.
Yep.
And quite frankly, there hasn't been that team in the NHL in a long time, in my opinion. Like, everyone wants to bill the Florida Panthers as that now because they've won Stanley Cups and they're just signing everyone like they're the hockey version of the Dodgers and stuff like that. They're not bad guys. They are like wet napkins in terms of like being a villain or anything like that. They are just, hey, we don't have state income tax. Come play for us. That's not a villain. Okay, that's just like being financially literate. There's a difference.
Yeah. I mean, it can be annoying.
Right. And like, I think a lot of people tried to bill Vegas as that early on. They go and win a Stanley Cup in the early phases of their existence. And it was like, oh, this is annoying. The expansion team gets all the good players, blah, blah, blah. And it's like,
they drafted really well.
They drafted well. Like, you can't knock that. And then they know how to work the cap well.
Yeah. I mean,
but on the ice, they're not villains to me.
Yeah. Like, I get wanting to hate on them. I mean, they've been in existence for 7-8 years, and they've already gotten the Stanley Cup, and it's been almost 50. It's been 50 years since the Flyers last won a Stanley Cup. I get the hate. I get it. But they're just a team. Like, they haven't done anything truly heinous. Now, the Chicago Blackhawks.
Oof, Vegas has been around since 2017.
8 years. But Chicago Blackhawks have done some heinous things. But that's a team you can hate.
Right. And, like, there's, like, our local hatred. Like, fuck the Penguins. Fuck the Bruins. Fuck the Rangers. LOL, the Rangers can't score goals.
Yeah.
Fuck the Islanders. Except for people that I know that work there. They're very kind people. But, like, that's, like, natural born rivalries between, geographically close teams. But in the overall NHL, like, I genuinely cannot think of the quote unquote heel team that everyone has despised. Maybe it was Tampa Bay when they were going on that run.
Florida now.
You know, Florida now. It feels like in the NHL, we just do the tired route, and it's like whoever wins multiple Stanley Cups in X amount of years, we officially hate you because you're good at the sport. And to me, that's not being a bad guy in a league. That's just like we're the best team in the league.
Yep. But, I mean, again, the Blackhawks with their scandal back in the day.
Like maybe the Bruins when it was like Marchand and Chara and all of them. Like
the Bruins are so easy to hate.
Yeah.
They're so easy to hate.
I fucking hate that team.
I hate them so much.
Like the Penguins, like, but I don't think the Penguins either, like, are a league-wide hated team.
They were.
I think there's some teams in the NHL, especially like West Coast, that would be like, I'm indifferent.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of East Coast hate for the Penguins.
So, yeah. I'd say the Sharks hate them because they beat them in the Cup. The Reds probably hate them. The Senators probably hate them. I mean, teams who are jealous.
Is it Toronto? But Toronto, I feel like, is like the Yankees. Like everyone just is like laughing at their downfall. Not in the sense of like successes, but everyone laughs at Toronto whenever they fail, just like everyone laughs at the Yankees when they fail.
Toronto's a mix between the Cowboys and the Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yes, they don't have any success in the last 50 years. I had to do a little math there. But their fans always think this is the year. We're going to be obnoxious about it. This is the year. Go Maple Leafs. And then they don't do shit, and they're all surprised when they don't do shit. But at the end of the day, they're not surprised either. I couldn't give a fuck about the Maple Leafs. I
don't think about them at all.
No. What's that? I don't even think about you.
Yeah.
My life. I don't even think
about you at all.
Yeah.
But again, that like continues to prove my point that the NHL does not have a bad guy team, and everyone wants to bill the Flyers as that. And guess what? When the Flyers get good in the next couple of years, people are going to fucking hate this team because of how fucking sick they are.
Oh, and also, if Monday was anything to show for it, we get good, the fan base gets back.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be the most obnoxious motherfuckers in the
And it was such a good vibes crowd. Like, you can go to a Flyers game and it not be a fun crowd to be around because of whatever circumstances. This was a fun crowd. I felt like genuinely like the energy was like Phillies playoff game-esque. And I've been there to experience it where we're giving high fives to strangers. We're hugging strangers. We're finding people in the crowd that we know from our personal lives and stuff like that.
We're screaming the same shit at the players.
We're getting ref you suck chants in the home opener, like, which they indeed sucked. They sucked. And it was one of the best regular season sporting event vibes I've been around in a long time.
Also, to start the game, rather than have a moment of silence for Bernie Perrant,
that I think was the moment.
Like you have a standing ovation rather than a moment of silence. That's when I knew shit was going to be different because, he would not want to have been sent off with a moment of silence.
Mm-hmm.
That was not Bernie Perrant. Get loud, get up for the Flyers legend, and they did that perfectly. I gotta say, that was a perfect tribute to Bernie.
It was so perfect. And I mean, to have Lauren Hart there, who was just a one of one, doing the anthem. It was just perfect vibes. And like, this team is fun. They're cool. And I think that's important in hockey more so than any other sport. If your team is cool, they're easy to root for. And this team is fucking cool.
Sean Couturier in the post-game interview, the hockey gods were on my side. He wasn't even looking at the ice when he scored the first goal of the game, or when he scored his first goal of the game. And then his game-winning goal. Holy shit, that pass from Zegras.
I haven't stopped watching it.
It's insane.
I tried to tell people. I'm standing up right now. If you're watching, I tried to tell all of you sickos, all of you perverts, and all of you bastards that Trevor Zegras was that guy. I am a very casual hockey fan, okay? But Trevor Zegras has been my favorite non-flyer in the NHL since he arrived in the NHL. And now that he's on the Flyers, anytime he does anything, I'm going to be an unbearable motherfucker. And for him to start off his Flyers home career with a pass like that, I had goosebumps. I wanted to yell "Awooga" at the top of my lungs because that was the most devious, diabolical, sicko bastard shit I have ever seen with my own two eyes.
This motherfucker fought off two Panthers defensemen behind the cage. No look backhand pass, tape to tape, across the crease, across two circles to Sean Couturier, who's wide open at the dots. And he just rips it top cheese. I mean, you can't come up with a more perfect game-winning goal.
So
and then
good.
Radek Dvorak gets his first goal as a Flyer on an empty net. Tyson Forster, the game's first goal, 30 snipe. 30. Tyson's going to be nice this year. And Bobby Brink got one that counted.
Bobby
Brink
Hive, rise up. Also, how did nobody, I know a lot of people said, we had the captaincy goal that went from Sanheim to Konechny to Coots, and then we had the duck goal that was Drysdale to Zegras to Coots. Why did nobody call that duck goose? We're copyright trademarking that anytime that happens. That is an Underground Sports Philadelphia original, all rights reserved, 2025, Underground Sports Philadelphia LLC. Anytime it's Drysdale to Zegras to anyone else, it's duck goose.
Yep. Or when it's Couturier, can it be duck Coots?
Coots, yes.
Yep.
That's exactly what it was. It was duck Coots.
It was duck Coots.
And before we keep it pushing, we will talk more about this Flyers game because it was unbelievable, and we'll talk more about Dhwani, the absolute GOAT. Want to talk to everybody. A hats off here to the Flyers. A hats off to the Flyers. The hats off is brought to you by our friends at 47. Guys, 47 is truly the best hat brand in the game. Harrison, I was shopping out in the wild, and I finally stumbled upon a Philadelphia Union 47 brand hat. And I said, this is the first time I've ever seen this. It may be the only time I ever see it. So I had to purchase it. Got that ready for the MLS Cup playoffs. As you guys see, I'm rocking the Flyers diamond cut hitch style hat, which is just truly my favorite style. I love this like 90s throwback, like vintage look. The orange just absolutely pops. I love 47. I'm wearing it all the time. They are truly the best in the game. Their hat selection is second to none. Their apparel is unbelievable. Gear up for the Fly, guys. Gear up for the Birds. Spring training will be here before we know it. Gear up for the Phils. Gear up for the basketball team, your favorite college teams. You can rep Harrison's number 3 in the country, Indiana Hoosiers.
Hoosiers.
And so much more. Use our link in the description to shop with 47 and get free shipping on all orders when you join the 47 family. You earn rewards points for purchasing anything, and then those points can go towards free stuff. Guess what? I got this hat right here with some rewards points made at $20. Who doesn't love that? Who doesn't love a good discount? Again, use our link in the description. Shop with 47 and get free shipping on all orders when you join the 47 family. And we thank 47 for being a proud partner of Underground Sports Philadelphia. The Flyers were excellent, and the game was unbelievable. And as you guys can see, I'm wearing the giveaway shirt designed by friend of the program who will be coming on the show, I believe, in the next week or so.
Nice.
Once again, becoming a recurring guest. Dhwani Saraya, just truly one of my best friends in the entire world. This is why you meet your Twitter friends, everyone, because Dhwani is truly impeccable. She designed the shirt. She was gifted a framed print from the Flyers that was delivered to her from Sean Couturier. And I just couldn't be more proud of someone who is just so dedicated to her just craft, and she is truly an inspiration to so many and is just a Philly icon through and through. And for her to be able to, finally collect that fifth Infinity Stone of working with every single Philadelphia sports team now in her very short but successful career in terms of just like lifespan is pretty fucking remarkable. And the fact that the Flyers entrusted her with it, I may or may not have had a part in connecting that happening, which was pretty awesome to just see it come to fruition. Like, I just felt a sense of pride and being proud of somebody that you care about, that's somebody you consider a very good friend. And to be able to help that happen was something I'll always be like so incredibly like grateful for, that opportunity to just connect the Flyers with someone like Dhwani. And to see it come like to life and to see this incredible shirt be worn by people of all ages on Monday in the arena was so cool. Seeing her get interviewed by, Ashlyn from NBC Sports Philadelphia was amazing. And just a big thank you to Lauren Coranda and the Flyers, for making that happen for Dhwani, because I got to talk to Lauren. Lauren and I are very close. And I said, hey, if you ever want this to be a thing, I can totally help make it happen. And we made it happen. And I was just so proud, to see it come to life, because Dhwani deserves it, to be able to work with every single team, to be able to work so closely with so many different players, including Jalen Hurts. Like, she's truly a one of one. And for her to design a home opener giveaway for the most cult-like fan base in the city and just see the positive reception that it got was so cool. And she just deserves so much. And I couldn't be more proud of her.
Yeah, totally agreed. I mean, the shirts are amazing. And I mean, they went over really well, it looked like. I'm glad that the Flyers are doing link ups with local artists throughout the entire season. That's a great sign. I mean, it's a really well run organization. It always has been. Always has been. Even in the darker days of the team was doing poorly, you could tell that the team cared about the community and really tried to help out. So I got nothing but love for the Flyers, and I mean, again, the shirt is just awesome.
There's a lot of good people pushing the right buttons right now with the Flyers, and obviously Lauren included. She is truly incredible. So shout out to the Flyers, and I mean, the game was incredible. And the Flyers, in my almost 32 years of existence on this earth, finally won a game when I was in the building. I have never seen the Flyers in person in all of my years living and breathing on this tiny little rock floating through space win a game with my own two eyes. I have never seen it. And they finally did it. And I was getting nervous, Harrison, when it was 2-1 and the Panthers scored that first goal that they scored. I was like, shit. Now I'm like holding on for dear life. Are we going to pull this out? And then we went up 3-1, right? Was the next lead, and then it was 3-2 because that bullshit call.
No, it was 2-1. So we went up 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, 2-2 because of that
2-2
bullshit fucking penalty.
It was so
bullshit
bad.
Fucking penalty.
And then it was 3-2. That's right.
3-2, then 4-2, then 5-2.
Yeah, so 2-2, I was like, oh my God, here I go again. I'm never going to witness this team win in person. Yeah. And then almost immediately, boom, 3-2, and then 2 empty netters to really seal it. And it was cool to finally check that off of like my life checklist of viewing experiences. I've seen every single one of my favorite teams that are United States, they call the U.S. home. I have seen them win a game with my own two eyes in person now.
There you go.
I've seen the Eagles win, seen the Phillies win, this was the crazy part to me, okay? I don't know if I've ever told you this. I saw the Sixers win a game during the 9-win season in person.
Holy shit.
I saw one of the 9 wins in 2015 in person before I saw the Flyers win a game in person.
So I still have not seen the Sixers win in person.
Okay, we got to fix that this year.
Yeah, we got to.
We're going to an Iverson era jersey game.
It has to be one of the Iverson era jersey nights with hip hop in attendance.
100%.
Because I just have a gut feeling they won't be worth watching this year if we're not wearing the Allen Iverson era uniforms.
We will talk about hip hop in just a bit, but a little bow on the Flyers. If you are a longtime listener of the show, you know optimistic October is a thing with this team. We always just kind of feel out how we're feeling with the Flyers, see where things go, and then once October comes to a close, we give kind of the full assessment of where we view this team. They're 1-1-1. They play on Thursday night. As you guys are listening to this, they'll have their next game, which I believe is at home, if I'm not mistaken.
Home tomorrow to Winnipeg.
So there's that. 1-1-1 through the first 3 games under, Tocchet, first-year head coach with the Flyers. And they're doing this where Matvei Michkov now allegedly, Spit and Chicklets on their podcast episode that came out earlier this week said that Matvei came into training camp, quote-unquote, out of shape, which to me, isn't that what's kind of supposed to be the case when you go into training camp? But then, I don't know if you saw this today, Harrison, Tocchet came out and said that over the summer, and Michkov confirmed this, he has an ankle injury.
Okay. That makes even more sense. If you come into training camp with an injury, of course you're going to be a little out of shape. You're not going to be able to put, especially in an ankle injury, you're not going to be able to put weight down on your skates. You're not going to be able to do lifting leg-wise at least. And you won't be able to get cardio in. I'm not going to blame Matvei. He seems like the kind of guy who wants to come in and put in the work. How many times has Ovechkin come in a little bit overweight?
A little.
So through the first 3 games, I'm feeling more optimistic than pessimistic.
I also like it's very the Flyers foil hat theory. It's very funny that the ankle injury finally makes its head as soon as the Spit and Chicklets information comes out that it's like, oh yeah, this whole time he had an ankle injury. Well, where was that in training camp?
If it hasn't been affecting how he's been doing in training camp,
right?
There's no real need to disclose it. He's played each of the first 3 games.
And hockey-wise, like, that is the number one sport where, like, injuries are so, like, as non-descriptive as possible.
Yeah.
Football will be like, yeah, this guy has, like, a torn lumbar. He's out for 9 weeks. Baseball, this guy has a strained rotator cuff. He's going to miss half of the year. Basketball, this guy broke his thumb. He'll be reevaluated in 2 weeks. Hockey, lower body injury, timeout, undisclosed.
Yeah. It's like he could have had his throat slashed and the injury report read
upper body injury.
Upper body injury, no time frame. He'll be back before the end of the season.
He could have got punched in the mouth.
Yeah.
Upper body injury.
Okay, no, we're going to be a little more descriptive this time. Broken facial area. That's it. He's going to be back on the ice in, a day? When's he good to go? Tomorrow? Yeah, okay, he's good to go.
Oh, he's coming back in the second period? Okay.
Yeah. What was it? The guy on the Dallas Stars has a heart attack on the bench.
Yeah.
Guys. Time frame
return is questionable.
Time frame unclear. Says he wants to get back out for the 3rd period.
It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Breaks his leg last year. Back within 2 months and then breaks the all-time goal.
Crazy.
I love hockey players so much. They're the best. They don't give a shit about their personal well-being. It's amazing.
We have to make the meme too for Optimistic October. Like the meter of like
the cocky to
the cocky to distraught.
Yeah.
But we have to have like pessimistic, something else here. Vibes are decent. Oh, what do we have here? Optimistic.
Yeah.
That's what we got to make. We got to make the optimistic October meter. Yeah, I'm not worried about Michkov. I think he's going to be fine. And, on top of that, like being there in person on Monday, I was very impressed by a lot of the guys. But most importantly, Coots looks healthy as shit. Like he was moving. He looked young again. Zegras was that is my king, my prince. He was incredible. And Harrison, we got a goalie that we can kind of get behind. Darth Vader. Darth Vader. You don't know the true power of the goalie side.
He's amazing. Like, he's okay. The last good goaltender we had, piece of shit, don't even want to say his name.
Yeah, I'll go even further. The last good goalie we had, Ray Emery, rest in peace.
Yeah, moment of silence for Ray. Moment done.
Like, I know we had Bob, but like he wasn't Bob that we know now.
That was rookie Sergei Bobrovsky. That wasn't Bob's.
Yeah.
Briz was fun.
You have a fun definition of fun there, my friend.
Okay. let me rephrase that.
Briz was a goalie.
Briz was funny.
He was a goalie.
The only thing he's scared of is bears in the forest. Outer space, so humongous big. I
mean, Stolarz was fine, and he wasn't the Stolarz that he is now.
Yeah. I mean, Erson's been
serviceable.
Then there's he who must not be named.
Who was the guy a couple years ago?
We had Steve.
Oh yeah, Steve Mason was good.
Steve Mason was good. I miss Steve. He was very fun. Actually.
Steve Mason was good, but we had another guy too. Was it the 22 roster? Maybe. Let me look here real quick. No, it wasn't 22. It was before then. He's like really like. I remember him on the Red Wings.
Oh, God.
What the hell is his name?
Fuck is his name?
It wasn't Michael Neuwirth, but he was also a goalie.
I missed Neuwirth. Yeah, he was great.
He was a goalie.
He was a good Philly guy. He fit the team.
Yeah.
Steve Mason was great for the team.
Alex Lyon was a goalie. Brian Elliott.
He had one of the greatest games in Phantoms history.
Brian Elliott was decent.
LZ was decent. Moose.
Peter Mrazek. That's who I was thinking of. I can picture his face.
Too. We've just been a rotating door, though, for like upper mediocre level goaltenders.
Yes.
But
Darth Vader, and I know that's not how you pronounce his last name, but that's how I am pronouncing his nickname. Is he an all-world goalie? No. But he's a fucking dog. And that's what you need from a goaltender that's going to be your de facto number one goaltender. You need him to be a dog. And he's an absolute dog. The way that he played on Monday, I was blown away. His attention to detail, his focus, he was on one. He was playing out of his mind without a stick in his hand.
Yeah.
I was wildly impressed by him. And if he's going to be the guy this year, I'm feeling even better about where this team could be. I'm not saying playoffs, because guess what? When it comes to optimistic October, you can't pin this team as a playoff team. That's just like wildly cocky. We're not wildly cocky at all with this team. Nobody should be wildly cocky with this team yet. And that's not a slight to them. But they're not a Stanley Cup team. Are they a playoff team? If a lot of things go right, they are. Yeah. And that depends on a lot of other circumstances around the league. I said this on Monday's episode that dropped, I just want to see growth from the players from last year to this year. No matter if they were on the roster last year or they came from outside or came up from, the AHL, whatever. I just want to see progress and growth because this is year 2 of Danny Briere and Keith Jones' rebuild.
And for the start of year 2, everything seems to be working. I mean, again, first game of the season, you play the defending Cup champs at their stadium. You lose 2-1. Your goaltender looks great. A couple things you need to work on, but again, it's the defending Cup champs, and it's the first game of the season. No issues. Second game, against another damn good team in the Carolina Hurricanes. You should have won. Should have won. Refs fuck you over.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. You get a point out of it, and you look pretty good. And then you absolutely mollywop the defending Cup champs at home in the home opener in front of a raucous Philly crowd.
Mind you, the highest attended game on Monday night in the NHL.
Because Flyers fans were looking forward to seeing the team do well. Philadelphia is better when the Flyers are good.
On Dhwani night, no less, noticing, watching, observing.
She needs round 2.
Watching. I'm going to rattle off the Flyers schedule for the rest of October for you. It is going to be brought to you by our awesome merch partners at PHI Apparel Company. Guys, you want to stand out in the crowd when you're going down to Xfinity Mobile Arena, a.k.a. the cable box, to rep the Flyers, gearing up for the basketball team, gearing up for the Birds, obviously, as they try to right the ship a little bit here. You want to get some Phil's gear, or you want to get some Underground Sports Philadelphia merch, support the pod, support your favorite Philly sports show. PHI Apparel Company is the place to do it with their unique designs for all. There's no doubt in our minds you will stand out in the crowd. Go to phiapparel.co, and when you go to checkout, use code Underground. You get 10% off your next merch order. Again, that's 10% off your next merch order with code Underground at phiapparel.co, and stand out in the crowd with the official merch partner of Underground Sports Philadelphia. All right, Harris, we did this last year when you came back on, and I am very excited that we are coming back. We're coming up on your 1-year return anniversary, which is pretty exciting. So I'm going to rattle off the games in October, including Thursday's game that will be played when some people are listening to this. And you tell me win, loss, or just grabbing a point like we did last year. So we'll start with the aforementioned Flyers, Winnipeg Jets, Thursday, 7 p.m. at the cable box.
Okay, I'm going to try to be a lot more realistic this year. I think best case scenario against the Jets, because they are a damn good team.
They are 2-1 right now with a +3 goal differential.
I'm going to say grab a point against the Jets.
Okay.
Grab a point.
Next game is on Saturday, also at the cable box. Nice little homestand here for the Fly guys, against Minnesota.
I'm gonna say that one's good. I think that one's gonna be a loss.
Minnesota 2-2 right now with a 0 even Steven goal differential.
I like what Minnesota's been trying to build out there. I think this may be the year they actually put it together, especially after the amount of money they paid Kirill Kaprizov. I think this is going to be a good year for Minnesota. So,
and then we round out the homestand on Monday against Seattle, which people forget. People forget this podcast named the Seattle Kraken before they were named.
That's a win. So I say we go 1-1-1 through the next 3.
So that puts them at 2-2-2 before they hit the road for 1 game before coming back home for another 5-game homestand. A lot of home games here in the early go. But then on Thursday, October 23rd, the Flyers go to Ottawa to play Claude Giroux and the Senators.
Oh, that's a tough one because Ottawa played really well at the end of last season.
They are 1-3 right now to start the year with a -10 goal differential.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that's a tough one. I'm going to say that's a win.
Yeah, for context, they lost 6-2 to Florida. Their first game they won 5-4 against Tampa Bay. They lost 6-2 to Florida. They lost 4-1 to Nashville, and they lost 8-4 to the Senators today as we record this on Wednesday. They can't stop anything.
Wait, the Senators lost 8-4 to the Senators?
To the Sabres, I mean. I'm sorry.
Oh, to the Sabres. That's
The
even
Sabres.
worse. That's even worse.
To the Sabres. 8-4 in Buffalo.
Hey, Buffalo,
Ottawa can't stop a revolving door.
Hey, Michkov gets a few good shots off.
I'm betting the over in that game.
Yeah, I'm hammering the over.
And then to round out October, 3 more games, all at home. Islanders on Saturday, October 25th. That's a 12:30 p.m. puck drop.
It's a W.
Tuesday, October 28th, our birthday eve, 6 p.m. puck drop, home against the Penguins.
W.
And then to round out October, 7 p.m. puck drop on October 30th against Nashville.
W.
So we got point against Winnipeg, point against, or no, you said loss to Minnesota.
Lost to Minnesota.
And then a win against the Kraken. So that's 3 points.
Yep.
A win against the Senators.
Yep.
That is 5 points. A win against the Islanders. That's 7 points.
Yep.
Win against the Penguins is 9 points. Win against Nashville, 11 points.
Yeah, I'm feeling confident.
That's what optimistic October is all about.
Yeah.
I will take, if they can muster up 11 points the rest of the go here in October and finish the month with 12 points.
These are
13
all,
points.
Yeah, like I'd say apart from Winnipeg and Minnesota, all these teams are very beatable.
Mm-hmm.
Very.
Yeah, the Islanders stink. The Penguins are mediocre.
The Penguins are at the end of their dynasty. It's over.
Nashville is like decent, but they also give up a lot of goals here in the early go.
Yep.
Seattle's been decent to start the year.
But they're very beatable as well.
Right, and they're coming here. It's not like we're going out to Seattle.
Yep.
I mean, I like if they can finish the month of October with 13 points or 14 points, whatever it be, that would be fucking sweet. Because that's such a buffer zone that when we talk about things going right for this team, that gives you a good buffer here in the early go to build up that when we're sitting here in March and we're looking at the standings and being like, oh, hey, they performed really well in October and gave themselves an opportunity to be a pesky, 8 seed, 7 seed in the playoffs.
Yeah. And that is exactly what they'd be. They'd be a pesky 7-8 seed, win a couple games.
Nobody wants to play against a team like this in the playoffs.
No.
And I'm not just saying that because we're Flyers fans. I'm saying that because of the type of talent that is on this team, that nobody wants to see that in the postseason.
Yeah, no one wants to see us.
Which will be very exciting. I'm pumped. And Flyers season is here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's head on over to the gridiron, though, Harrison. The Eagles looking to bounce back after a 2-game slide here against the Broncos and Giants. They go to the site of Super Bowl 52 up in Minnesota, and they may be playing against old friend Carson Wentz.
I don't know how to feel about this game. I don't. On one hand, this should be a very winnable game for the Eagles. I mean, they're in the stadium they won their first Super Bowl in. They're playing the guy who should have won us that first Super Bowl, barring an injury. And they have a chip on their shoulder right now. They're angry. They deserve to be angry. They've looked like shit.
Mm-hmm.
But with Kevin Patullo as our OC, I really don't know. If our offense stalls out again, if he continues to use A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith the wrong way, we're fucked.
Here's the other thing too, and I'm not blaming, like, Patullo is obviously like an issue. The scheming is bad, but also this team on offense is talented enough to overcome any deficiencies there that may be, thrown at them from play calling, from schematics, whatever it may be. Jalen Hurts has the authority to check out of anything that's called, in my opinion. And I'm not putting, Jalen was bad against the Giants, flat out. He was bad against the Giants. He was not great against the Broncos. Just for a friendly reminder, everyone, yards don't matter. Jalen's got to be better. AJ's got to be better. Devontae's got to be better. Saquon's going to be better. This all-star, and we talked, as Seamus and I talked about this on the first episode Seamus came on, the offensive line has been a disappointment and then some to start this season. I get they're injured. I get they're banged up. But look around the league. Look at every other team right now in the NFL, Harrison. Look at the Buccaneers. Look at the Rams. Look at, the Buffalo Bills, who are in the same boat as the Eagles, same record. Look at teams like the Chiefs. Look at teams like, that are successful teams right now. They're also dealing with a plethora of injuries.
Yep.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have not had a healthy receiving core since week 1.
Yep. And they're playing out of their goddamn minds.
They're playing out of their minds. They have offensive line injuries. The Rams have been injured all year. Puka Nacua is now hurt, but they're still playing at a high level. The Buccaneers are playing at a high level. I get there's injuries. I get there's some, deficiencies in the play calling. This team is too talented to not overcome that. You have Jalen motherfucking Hurts, the reigning Super Bowl MVP. You have the reigning offensive player of the year in Saquon Barkley. You have an all-world wide receiver in A.J. Brown. You have another all-world wide receiver in Devontae Smith. You have a top 7 tight end, maybe top 5, depending on who you talk to, in Dallas Goedert. This offense has too much goddamn talent to not overcome many obstacles that we have seen them overcome in the past.
Yep. It's just, will the disconnect between our offense and our offensive coordinator continue to cause us strife? And if I've said it once, I've said it a million times. I'm waiting for Mike McDaniels to get canned so he can come on down to Philadelphia and be our new OC.
I'm gonna put a kibosh on that, actually, because you know who said he would openly come back if the Eagles offered for him to come in as an offensive consultant, as an offensive assistant, whatever title they want to give. He is open to the reunion. That is Super Bowl 52 winning head coach Doug Peterson said he is open if the Eagles offered the invitation. If I'm Howie, if I'm at Jeffrey Lurie,
I'm taking that immediately.
You get on the phone and say, "Hey, Doug, come back. Let's end the story the correct way with you." And here's the thing, too. Guess who had a part in drafting Jalen Hurts?
Dougie P. And
Doug
guess who had
Peterson.
nothing but good things to say about Jalen Hurts in an interview over 2 months ago?
Doug Peterson.
Doug Peterson. I think he'd be perfect. Bring him back. And then, Kevin
Then you don't have to wait for anybody to get fired. And you have a guy who Jalen came in his rookie year and learned from.
Yep.
And when Jalen got inserted into the lineup when Carson Wentz got hurt and was playing poorly and we saw the turning of the tide, Jalen Hurts was fucking good.
Yeah. And, if Peterson does wind up just becoming our full-time offensive coordinator, Penn State, you got a new head coach in Kevin Patullo right there.
Yep.
Stay away from Signetti. Stay the fuck away from Signetti.
But yeah, I mean, the offense is way too talented. The thing I'm concerned about even more than the offense, because the offense has the talent to overcome it, the defense is what's scaring me. Yeah. And it's not even because of scheme. It's not because of Vic. It's because they are injured as all hell.
Yeah.
There is no true CB2 next to Quinyon Mitchell, who is coming into this game questionable with an injury because he got injured last week against the Giants. Fuck that field. And the Eagles don't have a anywhere remotely close to a pass rush right now. And guess what? Their leading sack artist just retired.
Yeah. He did, didn't he?
Zadarius Smith retired. Now, I did see multiple reports from people I trust and have confirmed it. It was a personal decision, had nothing to do with the Eagles, had nothing to do with the situation the team was in. It was a personal decision that he made.
Okay.
Wish him nothing but the best. Thank you for the 1.5 sacks you contributed during the first 6 games of the year. But the The worst kept secret in the NFL right now is that Howie Roseman's looking for a corner and an edge rusher.
Yeah. And no one wants to help us out with that.
No. And I mean, yes and no, because we say that, but every NFL team is never afraid to trade with Howie for some reason.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like they always just wind up taking the bait.
I wonder, because there's been some really funny rumors swirling around when it comes to the Eagles and who they could potentially trade for. I'm pulling up the Spotrac trade machine here because I need to see if this is even feasible, because they gave the guy that I am going to bring up to you okay, so it is possible with salary cap and everything. There's been a lot of rumors here. Now, I don't know the Eagles would have to give up per se to get this player, but when it comes to draft picks, the Eagles still have a shit ton of draft picks that are at their disposal. Harrison, can I interest you in the Philadelphia Eagles and Howie Roseman calling one of the worst teams in football right now that are trotting out one of my favorite players because he's a South Jersey guy, Trey Hendrickson.
Yeah.
Trey Hendrickson, who signed like that 1-year extension. I don't even remember what the contract was, but like it was a weird holdout. He left Cincinnati to go to Florida, and then he was back, and then it was a deal that like really didn't do much to give him a pay raise. He's making $14.5 million this year against the cap. If I'm Howie, I'm offering a good package to get Trey Hendrickson in Midnight Green.
Yeah.
Because that's a guy that can change the trajectory of what this defense can be. He's 30, so it's not like he's, super young. But he's in his prime. He fits the timeline of this team right now and where they're at as a complete roster. Nolan Smith is expected to come off of IR later this season. I think after the bye is like the earliest. Here's the thing. Trey Hendrickson would be incredible. You would have to give up a lot to get him, but I think he would be worth it. Another player I'm looking at that Dave Zingaro mentioned in an article for NBC Sports Philadelphia this week, there's actually 2, might even be 3 from the Dolphins that I really like. Bradley Chubb, who I would love on this team. He signed for 2 more years, no guaranteed money. Jalen Phillips from the Dolphins, who's 26. He's in his 5th-year option season, so he's an expiring. And Matthew Judon is on a 1-year deal with the Dolphins. I would love any of those 3 guys.
Yeah, any of them. I mean, Hendrickson is the dream. He really is.
Hendrickson is truly the dream. Yeah. Jermaine Johnson II from the Jets would also be.
Yeah, and can you imagine the relief Hendrickson would feel going from the Bengals defense, which is, to put it mildly, a burning dumpster fire, to a defense with an actual defensive coordinator with an all-round good core, and that contends for a Super Bowl. Let's not lie, he should be contending for a Super Bowl, not wasting his talents on the Bengals.
Yeah, I would love that. I also love that this is very funny. Dave Zingaro mentioned Kayvon Thibodeau.
I mean, offer him a little bit of money, offer him the chance to win a Super Bowl.
That would be very funny. Trey Hendrickson would be the dream, though. I would also love Bradley Chubb simply because. Do you know Bradley Chubb's nickname?
No.
Bradley Chubb. For those that don't know, I love this dude because his Twitter handle is this, and he's a big outer space guy. His Twitter handle is literally @astronaut.
Nice.
Like,
You bring him in, you have the astronaut, and then you have again going back to Ilya Brizgalov. Space is so humongous big.
I need it. Like
I need it, yeah.
any of those guys, but it's truly a horribly kept secret that Howie Roseman will be targeting a corner and an edge rusher at the trade deadline or before the trade deadline. Who it is remains to be seen, but the Eagles definitely need to make some adjustments to this roster because the pass rushers are not existent. And if Quinyon Mitchell misses any time, this secondary is going to get exposed like no other. And guess who else is available as a free agent now because the Baltimore Ravens released him? CJ Gardner-Johnson's a free agent. Harrison, bring him back, bring him back, bring him back.
Bring him back now. Howie, what are you doing? Make the call.
Bring him back, bring him back, bring him back.
I want my baby back, baby back.
I want my CJ back, CJ back, CJ back, CJ back. CJ Gardner-Johnson.
Yep. He needs to come home.
I need it. Eagles Vikings though, I think it's gonna be a good test, good litmus of where the Eagles' current roster is at and what they're going to be capable of before the bye, because they have this game and then they have one final game before the bye against the Giants again. So kind of like short memory, toss out that Thursday night game because you got to play them again so quickly. But they got to get back on track. They have to win their next two going into the bye, and I'll feel a lot better, obviously, depending on how they win. Not that I care about style points, but I want to see this team be cohesive and like have sustainable drives and be consistent on offense and get the defense off the field quickly. Depending on how they win against the Vikings and Giants, and if they are 6-2 going into the bye, I'll feel a lot better than if they are 5-3 or 4-4.
Yeah. This team is pissing me off, man. I hope that once we get the bye week going, they turn it around like last year. A nice, good team meeting would go a long way.
That's what Nick Sirianni said to the radio station this week. They said, how do we know this isn't like a 2023 collapse? To which Nick Sirianni immediately responded, how do we know this isn't like 2024?
Yeah.
This team started 2-2 and won the Super Bowl. Like, 2-game losing streak is annoying. The sky is not falling.
And again, we have the Lombardi Trophy. It's not the end of the world quite yet.
And here's the thing, too. Like, there's going to be bumps in the road. Nobody's going to be perfect. Nobody is the 1972 Dolphins, like, ever. And we have the talent to overcome the struggles, in my opinion. We have the coach to overcome the struggles. And it's just a matter of getting back on track. And I think anyone who's overreacting about the Eagles, like, is there reason for concern? Yes. There's no reason to be like, oh my God, the season's fucking over. This sucks. Guess what, everyone? The Flyers won on Monday. The sun came out today on Wednesday. Maybe things are turning around.
Yeah. And I played mediocre ass golf yesterday. Life is good.
We're back.
We're back.
Like, the sun came out today, and I think that was a telltale sign that bigger and better things are on the horizon.
Exactly. There's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow, as Walt Disney would say.
And on top of that, you know what else goes perfectly with a nice sunny day, Harrison? That is our friends at Kenwood Beer, the official beer partner of Underground Sports Philadelphia. It's a refreshing light beer, just 4.1% ABV, 120 calories, just 8 grams of carbs. You guys can go to kenwoodbeer.com, use the Kenny Finder to see who's got Kenwood Beer on tap in the Philadelphia, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, and Pittsburgh areas. You can also find Kenwood Beer at your local liquor stores in those markets. kenwoodbeer.com. Must be 21 or older to do so. And as always, guys, please drink responsibly. Let's go around the NFL real quick to see what we've got on deck this weekend. Some fun matchups, if I'm remembering correctly, which there's always some fun matchups in the NFL. We obviously have Thursday Night Football, and it is the Retirement Home Bowl. It is the Steelers and the Bengals. Joe Flacco, Aaron Rodgers.
The Icy Hot Bowl.
Yes. The My Leg Bowl.
I wake up every morning and break both of my legs. My skin is made of paper. My bones are made of glass.
And then we have potentially the friskiest and most fun London game of all time. It is the Los Angeles Rams and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
That's going to be fun.
Frisky fun at 9:30 in the morning. Then we have Eagles at Vikings, Patriots at Titans in the Mike Vrabel revenge game as the Titans have fired their coach.
Well, Vrabel's going to beat the shit out of those Titans.
Panthers at Jets. We'll see if the Jets can throw for more than -10 passing yards. Congratulations to everybody listening to this. We all had more net passing yards than the New York Jets did last week.
Yay!
Congratulations, everyone.
That means we're all NFL quarterbacks, right?
Exactly. That's exactly what that means. Dolphins at the Browns. That is gross. Saints at the Bears. Raiders at the Chiefs. And then we go to the 4:00 slate. Another frisky, fun game. Colts at Chargers at 4:05. Giants at the Broncos at 4:05. 4:25, we've got Packers at Cardinals. We've also got Commanders at Cowboys in the mid-bowl. Sunday Night Football could be very frisky and fun here, Harrison. Falcons at the 49ers.
Ooh, that could be frisky.
That could be a lot of fun. And then we've got yet another debaucherous Monday Night Football doubleheader.
Oh, boy.
Buccaneers at Lions.
Oh, whoa.
At 7 p.m. on Monday.
I want to talk fun.
And then
elbow.
This one makes me want to bite your elbow because not necessarily the matchup, Texans at Seahawks, it's the kickoff time. This game starts at 10 Eastern on a Monday.
We got work the next day. What are we doing? People got to get up early. People got to go to work. I got to.
Terrible. But a fun NFL slate across the board. Also very funny. We have our fantasy football league on the sleeper. I picked him up when Lamar Jackson got injured. I have Daniel Jones as my quarterback.
Danny Dimes, Indiana Jones.
Speaking of Indiana Jones, I want you to go to your sleeper app and go to my team and look at Daniel Jones's profile picture. I didn't do this. Sleeper did this. I saw this morning and I was like, that's fantastic.
No, they didn't, did they? No, they didn't.
Take a look with your own two eyes.
Oh, hang on. I gotta. What? Wait.
It's just so perfect.
Wait, no, I'm not even looking at Daniel Jones yet. Did you see what they did for Josh Allen?
No.
It's
wait. Who has Josh Allen in our league?
Me.
Okay, let me go look at your team. League. Oh, there you are. I was like, where's your team? Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Yeah, take a look at Daniel Jones.
That's what I'm doing now. That's amazing. That's amazing.
It's just perfect. He's literally Indiana Jones.
Incredible. I love it.
Oh, I absolutely love it. Our Around the NFL, brought to you by our good pals over at Paramount Plus. Guys, there's no better way to stream the NFL all season long than with Paramount Plus. You can stream your local games live on Paramount Plus all year long. Check out all the matchups, all the good happenings. And if you're a student, you can get up to 50% off any Paramount Plus plan right now through the end of the year when you use our link to sign up in the description. Use our link, and if you're a student, you get 50% off any Paramount Plus plan when you sign up using our link and stream the NFL all season long on Paramount Plus. Little little final note here, brought to you by our friends over at Biñho. Guys, we love Biñho here. Harrison, I introduced you to Biñho when you first came onto the pod. We love that shit. It's so fun. It's the next big tabletop gaming experience for your man caves, your tailgates, your parties, your she sheds, whatever it may be. It's paper football meets foosball for the next big tabletop flicking experience. Use our link in the description to shop with Biñho. And when you go to checkout, get all of your officially licensed Philadelphia Union boards, get all the boards, board accessories, and more. Use our link to shop with Biñho. And when you go to checkout, use code Biñho Bennett 62. That's code Biñho Bennett 62. And I'm pretty sure if you just click our link in the description, it automatically applies the promo code. So the easiest way to do it is just click the link and shop when you use our link. But when you go to checkout, make sure you use code Biñho Bennett 62 to get 10% off your next order from our friends at Biñho. So again, use the link in the description, shop with Biñho, use code Biñho Bennett 62 at checkout to get 10% off your next order. And we thank Biñho for being a proud partner of Underground Sports Philadelphia. Philadelphia Union have their final regular season match of the season upcoming this weekend, Harrison against Charlotte. And here's why I like that. Charlotte's a playoff team. They're going to be in the postseason. This is a de facto like postseason warm-up game for the Union to gear up for a team that will be postseason caliber that they could see down the line potentially. I like that this is a team that Philadelphia will be playing here in the final regular season game on the road, no less, rather than a team that is completely out of it, has nothing to play for, and will kind of just be like, not mailing it in, because no professional team mails it in because they get paid to play too. But you want to see a team that's going to be competitive, and I think Charlotte's going to keep it competitive. They're going to want to win just as much as the Union are, because Charlotte right now are in a points tie with New York City FC at 56 points. So they're going to want to try to claim that 4 seed, and they're going to be playing their asses off to do it. And if I'm the Union, I want to finish with as many wins as possible to set keep setting that club record, get it to 21 rather than 20. You want to get more points, build on that 66 points that you already have. And you want to play well going into the playoffs. You're going to have that bye as the number 1 seed. Get a playoff tune-up. Be prepared for what a playoff environment is going to be like. I love that they're playing against a team that is in like the middle portion of the playoff table in the Eastern Conference.
Yep. Just finish the year on a good note. I mean, it's a good test for the playoffs, and just end it right. Like they're the best team in Philadelphia right now. So
yeah, and I mean, looking at the MLS Cup playoffs bracket and everything, let me type in bracket. Words are hard. So I mean, like, we're gonna have decision day on Saturday, and then the wild card matches get played on Wednesday, October 22nd, and the winners will advance to the round 1 best of 3 series to face their respective conferences' number 1 seeds. So right now, the Union are in line to play against one of the following teams. It will either be, it could potentially be a number of teams, depending on how things go. It could be any of the following teams, I think, because you get 3 points for winning?
Yeah.
So it could be any of the following teams, depending on if they win, lose, draw. We could see Nashville, which I would hate.
Yep.
Orlando City, Chicago, or Columbus. Right now, the 8-9 wild card would be Chicago hosting Columbus, which I would be fine with either of those, especially with Columbus in a down year where typically Columbus gives us fits. I wouldn't hate that. I do not want to see Nashville in the opening round.
No.
Like, that's like Nashville, go ahead and win. Go ahead and win your final game. But if it's the winner of Chicago and Columbus in a 3-game set, which we talked about this off pod last week. The MLS round 1 being a best of 3 is the dumbest thing ever.
Yep.
It should be 2 games on aggregate.
Yep. I agree.
There's no need to be playing 3 games in the opening round of the playoffs like that when the rest of the postseason is just 1 game.
It's treat it like the rest of the world does, like how the Champions League used to be. 2 games, get the aggregate goals, let it ride from there.
And how Champions League is once you get out of the group phase.
Yep.
Like, we still get aggregate down the line. Like, that's how it should be. That's how soccer is universally known. And the fact that we're playing a best of 3 series like it's the fucking Major League Baseball wild card round is crazy.
Yes. It bullshit is what it is.
It's lunacy. But Chicago, Columbus, I think I prefer Chicago, honestly. Because the Union shit pumped them earlier this year. And not too long ago either. I would be down for...
I'd be down for Chicago.
Let me double check that real quick before we wrap here. Because the last time, August 23rd, the Union won 4-0 home against Chicago. And then earlier this year, when they played at Chicago, it was... Was that the only time we played Chicago this year?
I think
Can't
so.
be.
It can't be. No.
That can't be. There had to have been another. Yes. Union won 1-0 at Chicago in June. So you've won on aggregate against them 5-0 this year.
Nice.
Bring me Chicago.
Bring me Chicago.
I would like a Chicago opening round. I think you can bully them in the opening round for sure. So let's get a good final result here to wrap up the regular season on the positive note. Philadelphia Union. Let's make that happen. And I'm excited for what's to come with their playoff run because they're going to be a really fucking fun team to watch, ladies and gentlemen. Gear up. Gear up for the dupe sessions we're going to have on this show. Programming note, Seamus Clancy back next Wednesday on the show. So that'll be a lot of fun. Harrison will be talking ball. Seamus will join for his weekly segment. We just had some scheduling conflicts where he couldn't hop on this week, but Seamus Clancy back on the show next week. Be sure to subscribe to his newsletter. It's linked in the description. And then on Monday's episode, I think will be the proper time because the preseason will be ended. We have another weekly guest throughout the Sixers season that will be hopping on with us that I'm very excited to announce to the masses, and something that I've been wanting to kind of have happen for the past couple of years now. But I'm very pumped to announce that. We'll get that going to you on Monday. That'll be all over the socials, and I'll announce it on the episode that drops on Monday. So definitely stay tuned for that. Make sure you guys are following us on the socials at Underground PHI across the board. We're on every social platform. Subscribe to the pod, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts in audio form. Leave us a 5-star review and subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel, youtube.com/@Underground Sports Philadelphia. Get us to 1,200 subscribers before Harrison and I turn 21 on October 29th. And as you guys know, this show is proudly presented by the city of Vineland. And guess what, guys? We talked about it at the top of the show. We'll talk about it again. The Garden State Comic Fest is coming to the new Vineland Convention Center Saturday, November 15th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sunday, November 16th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Meet Melissa Joan Hart plus fan favorite stars like Dan Parent, the legendary Archie's comic artist and writer, Kevin Clash, the voice of Elmo, Splinter, and Baby Sinclair, and Keith Williams, the iconic comic book inker from Marvel and more. Comics, cosplay, collectibles, and over 6,000 fans. Visit gscfvineland.com for all the details. Again, the Garden State Comic Fest is coming to the new Vineland Convention Center Saturday, November 15th and Sunday, November 16th. For all the details, visit gscfvineland.com, Vineland, New Jersey, where it's always growing season. And big thank you to Security 21 Security Systems and Paul J. Gillespie Incorporated for their continued support of this podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this has been episode number 786. Oh, yeah, and if you're a bozo and thought Topper was getting fired, you're a fucking Looney Tune. I'm glad he's back. He's back. Deserves to be back. He's the winningest manager by win percentage in Phillies history, you dumb bozos. Topper, we ride. But this has been episode number 786 of Underground Sports Philadelphia. For Harrison, I'm KB. I'll catch you guys on Monday breaking down this Birds game. Hopefully it's a fucking win. Talking some more Fly guys. We'll talk about the Union's final regular season game and whatever the hell else comes across the docket. Welcome back, hip-hop. Welcome back, hip-hop as well. We'll talk more about hip-hop over the next couple of episodes too, because that's our childhood, baby. But until the next episode, we are getting the heck up out of here. We are signing off. Peace.